Marc Allen. I'm from the Landscape Conservation Team in South East Essex. Today, in Marine Month, as part of the Essex Coastal Challenge, I'm going to be taking a trip down to Fobbing Marsh, where I'm going to give you some insight into the Essex Wildlife Trust plans for the site and also the species that you can find there. So the Fobbing Marsh, near Basildon in Essex, down in the south of Essex. It's on the north bank of the River Thames, close to Holhaven Creek. It's got these protected estuaries and creeks all around it, and to the north it has the Vange and South Essex marshes for the RSPB, and in the south it's actually got the wider Fobbing Marsh and Ouse Dam and London Gateway Port. Okay, brilliant. So what I've actually got here is one of my favourite butterflies, and there's lots of them on the marsh today. This one here, this is the beautiful marble white. The first one I ever saw was on these marshes of South Essex, but that lovely upper wing there, but its underwing is actually just as pretty, really intricate colourings on it. But yeah, definitely one that you could see out on these marshes in the south of the county. So at Fobbing Marsh, we currently graze this coastal wet grassland, and we will do some hay cutting later on in the summer, but we don't think it's enough. We really think that this site could go from one level to a higher level and really reach its full potential. But to do that, we've had to come up with a really creative plan, put our collective minds together, and we can see that by re-wetting this marsh we can attract so much more wildlife. So how are we going to do that? So where do we even start with enhancing and redesigning and building a wetland? Well, first of all, we've had to have a look at the existing structures, and actually there is one in here. There's a pipe sluice in here. I'm not a big fan of pipe sluices. It's really overgrown. It doesn't actually work anymore. It just acts as a bund now, so it does hold some water back. But we need to assess these structures to make sure that we're not losing water off site. So the whole plan is to keep as much water on site as we can. And the longer we can keep it, the better it'll be for the birds that will nest and overwinter here. So once we've seen what we've already got, we then look at LiDAR data, which is actually satellite imagery that looks at the levels of the land, and then we then start drawing lines on maps. We've already started that process, and we start looking where we can put extra retaining features, bunds to stop water flowing out of ditches. We're also going to create a large bund so we stop water being lost across a very wide flat area. Put in 2 large water control structures, and then some additional fencing so that we can really manage the grazing on site, and then we let nature take its course. And it's amazing, once you get these marshes wet and you re-wet them, it's incredible how the nature reacts to it. The birds especially will use it within the first year. But it's not all about birds, it's also about the water voles that are currently in the ditches. They'll really benefit from the stabilised water conditions. We're going to do some enhancements for some of the rare invertebrates that we have here. We do get shrill cardabee here on site, as well as brown banded cardabee. And as you've seen, there's loads of butterflies here as well, and some really quite scarce plants along the sea wall, such as slender hare's ear and sea barley. So we really are going to benefit a lot of wildlife in this area. It's just now about getting the plans that we've drawn up and getting it into action. So that's a tour of Fobbing Marsh in Marine Month of August. I hope you're excited about it as much as I am. Being part of this project is really a dream come true. I love coastal wet grassland. I love enhancing it for nature, but I can't do it on my own. We've got a team at Essex Wildlife Trust, but we need your support. We need your support. So get involved in the Essex Coastal Challenge. It's a great thing to do. You might want to see 35 bird species in a day, or run 3.5 miles, or even read 3.5 books. I don't know how that would work. But if you could help us, it'd be much appreciated. You can go on the Essex Wildlife Trust website and find out about the challenge, or you can email fundraise@essexwt.org.uk. Well, that's it for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.